There was never a run quite like it. From 2015 to 2019, the Golden State Warriors not only changed basketball, they ruled it. 5 straight finals appearances, 3 championships, 9 all-star selections across just one roster. But the beauty of their story wasn't just in their dominance, it was in who they had to beat to get there. This is every single playoff opponent the Warriors faced from 2015 to 2019, ranked, not by record, not by names on the roster, but by impact. What they pushed the Warriors to become, and what they revealed about the most revolutionary dynasty the NBA has ever seen. Number 20, the 2015 Pelicans. Anthony Davis was phenomenal, young, unguardable, and everywhere on the court. But this was a mismatch from the jump. The Pelicans had no perimeter defense, no true second star, and no answer for the Warriors' pace.
Curry springs free, and there's
the one game that stands out? Game 3, Steph's double overtime masterpiece. That was the moment the world realized this team was different. The Pelicans just happened to be their first victim. Number 19, the 2017 Blazers. Dame and CJ were firepower, but without Nurkic, this series felt like light sparring for a fully loaded Warriors squad.
crossover finishes.
KD, Steph, Clay, and Dre all looked healthy, fresh, and terrifying. Portland had moments. Game 3 was a shootout.
As a distributor.
But they were never a serious threat. The Warriors left the Trailblazers in a trail of their own dust. Number 18, the 2016 Rockets. The 2016 first round was a rematch of the 2015 Western Conference Finals, but it seemed the Rockets had learned nothing from it. Houston came into this series in disarray. Harden was brilliant in Game 3, and they did take one game. But that was the best that they could get. Vibes were off, no chemistry, no defense.
Back to Curry, layup off the glass.
While the Rockets may have lost Game 4, it was the Warriors that had one of their biggest scares of the year, with Curry suffering an injury at the worst possible time. Number 17, the 2017 Jazz. This was a clean sweep that felt even more lopsided than the scores suggest. Gordon Hayward and Rudy Gobert were great, but Utah just didn't have the firepower. Their deliberate half-court style played right into the Warriors' hands. And when you're playing against a roster of great shooters, there's only so much the best defense in the league can do. Number 16, the 2018 Spurs. No Kawhi, no shot. The Spurs were solid as always, but the absence of Leonard robbed this series of any real tension. Still, it was a reminder of Pop's system. Even without a star, San Antonio found ways to make Golden State work. But it wasn't close. They only stalled the inevitable by one game. Number 15, the 2015 Rockets. James Harden was an MVP finalist. Dwight Howard was still a force. That year, the Rockets were the team that stood the best chance against the Warriors. But that doesn't mean they were a fair match for the Warriors. A 67-win team with the league MVP and the revolutionary offense. Game 2 came down to a chaotic final possession where Harden lost the ball. Game 5, Steph scored 26 points in one quarter.
Curry drives, steps back, it's good!
Houston just couldn't keep up. Number 14, the 2016 Blazers. Portland had grown. Dame and CJ were becoming something serious, and this series was far more competitive than 2017 would be. Remember the injury we mentioned earlier? Well, this meant that the Warriors were without Steph for the first 3 games, and the Blazers should have capitalized on that.
Gives it up, good ball movement there. Lillard for 3, yes!
Because the series-defining moment came in Game 4, Steph's "I'm back" game. Fresh off injury, he dropped 17 points in overtime alone.
Curry fires up a three.
A seismic moment in NBA history. Number 13, the 2018 Cavs. On paper, it's LeBron. It's the finals. It should rank higher. But this was not a fair fight. After Kyrie left and Love battled injuries, this Cavs team was carried by one of the greatest individual runs ever.
James drives on him, layup off the glass, banks it home.
And it still wasn't enough. Game 1 was legendary. J.R. Smith's blunder, LeBron's 51 points. But by Game 4, it was over.
Kevin Durant way outside, delivers!
Total domination. Number 12, the 2018 Pelicans. This was a different Pelicans team. AD was a monster.
Beautiful setup.
And Drew Holiday had leveled up. They had just swept the Blazers. But even at their best, they weren't ready for the Warriors' switching defense and offensive versatility. Game 4 saw the Warriors lock in and remind everyone they had another gear. Number 11, the 2019 Clippers. This was supposed to be a sweep. It turned into something much more. Patrick Beverley got into KD's head. Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell stole Game 2 in Oracle.
One of their best players says, get it out of the way.
In Game 5, Shea and Gallo stunned everyone.
Lowry on the drive and score. What a
But in the end, KD dropped 50 in the closeout.
Game 5, as was Durant at 45.
I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. The Clippers didn't win, but they poked the bear. Number 10, the 2017 Spurs. If Kawhi doesn't get hurt in Game 1, who knows? For 24 minutes, the Spurs had a 25-point lead in Oracle Arena.
And Aldridge.
And the Spurs looked like they could dismantle the dynasty. But before that could happen, this happened, and it broke every San Antonio fan's heart. Zaza slid under Kawhi. Everything changed.
Pain again in front of the Spurs bench.
The Warriors won the next 3 games by an average of 16 points. What would have happened if Kawhi wasn't injured? I guess we'll never know. Number 9, the 2019 Blazers. A sweep, but an exhausting one. Every game was close. Dame and CJ had just eliminated Denver. And without Kevin Durant, who was out with injury, the Blazers kept building double-digit leads. But the Warriors were a dynasty, even before the Slim Reaper. They relied on Steph, Draymond, and Klay, the original trio, to come back again and again.
Johnson off one foot, got it.
This series reminded the world, the core still had it. Number 8, the 2015 Cavs. No Kyrie, no Love, just LeBron James versus the world. He averaged nearly a 40-point triple-double.
5 to shoot. James jumper.
And it still wasn't enough. The Warriors took time to adjust, even going down 2-1 before unleashing the death lineup and changing NBA basketball forever.
Watch. Curry. That's a 3.
Iggy won Finals MVP. A dynasty was born. Number 7, the 2015 Grizzlies. This one felt like a street fight. Old school versus new school. Grit and grind versus pace and space. Memphis went up 2-1. The Warriors had no answers for Gasol and Zebo.
It's so strong.
Until they did. They stuck Bogut on Tony Allen and dared him to shoot. Memphis never recovered. A turning point in the Warriors' strategic evolution. Number 6, the 2019 Rockets. This was the end of the rivalry. KD went down in Game 5.
Wow.
The series was tied 2-2, and everyone expected Houston to finally break through. Instead, Steph dropped 33 in the second half of Game 6 in Houston.
Curry long distance, that's a 3. Steph Curry.
And slammed the door shut. the Warriors' most emotionally satisfying win since 2015. Number 5, the 2017 Cavs. The most talent ever on an NBA court? Possibly. LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond. They had beaten the Warriors in the previous finals, and they were looking to do it again.
Thompson finds James.
Another title over the Warriors' head would have killed the dynasty before it ever was one. Every game felt like a battle of titans. Game 3 was a heist.
Line in the playoffs.
Game 5 was a coronation. The 2017 Warriors were the greatest team of all time, and this Cavs team was their final test. Number 4, the 2019 Raptors. If the Warriors dynasty was ever going to end, it was going to be by their own doing. One by one they fell. KD tore his Achilles. Clay tore his ACL. But even still, the heart they showed was unforgettable. Game 5's comeback.
Curry gets a look, fires away, ties.
Game 6's collapse. Kawhi was brilliant. But what we remembered most is the pain of loss. After this defeat, the Warriors would never be the same. It brought the one thing that every South Bay fan dreaded: the end of an era. Number 3, the 2016 Thunder. Down 3-1, the season on the line. KD and Russ were relentless. Game 4 was a bloodbath. The Warriors would take Game 5 at home. And then came Game 6, Klay Thompson's masterpiece. 11 threes, a legacy-defining moment. The Warriors survived, barely. This was the greatest comeback of their dynasty. Number 2, the 2016 Cavs. 73 wins, the unanimous MVP. Up 3-1, then Draymond gets suspended. The Cavaliers smelled blood in the water. For the next 3 games, LeBron goes nuclear.
Yes, getting back in the picture, blocking the shot of.
Then in Game 7, Kyrie hits the dagger. This was heartbreak. This was the cost of greatness. The greatest finals in modern history, and the only time the Warriors beat themselves. Number 1, the 2018 Rockets. This was the only team that truly matched them. Harden, CP3, switch everything.
And fires for 3.
65 wins, an endless flurry of threes. The 2018 Rockets were built to beat Golden State. And for a moment, up 3-2, it looked like they would stop this dynasty from reaching their 3rd straight finals. For 5 straight games, they had made the NBA's Monstars look like underdogs. But then CP3's hamstring gave out.
No, he's not going to come off the court, but he is hurt by.
Game 6, Clay saved them. Game 7, 27 straight missed threes. Steph and KD buried them. The most intense, high-stakes, perfectly matched series of the era. The Warriors dynasty wasn't just dominance. It was a gauntlet. Legends were tested, rivals were forged, and every round told a different story. From sweeps to Game 7s, from KD's arrival to his Achilles rupture. This was basketball history, written in full. Which series was your favorite? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to 3 Point Revolution for more NBA storytelling that hits different.